Let's go to Ron Washington. Ron Washington is the manager of the Anaheim Angels of Los Angeles. Ron Washington was hired and is 74 years old. Ron Washington had quadruple bypass surgery, and Arty Moreno still owns the Angels. And yesterday, news came out that people were like, oh, that seems strange. I'm sorry. What's strange about Arty Moreno changing managers? What's strange about the Los Angeles Angels looking for their fifth manager in the last 7 years? Well, that sounds almost Samson like. What's strange is that the Angels have not made the postseason in over 10 years. They have an 11-year drought, and their payrolls have not been Guardian like, or Oriole like, or Marlin like, or Tampa like. This is incompetence that is staggering. Moreno, Manassian. Doesn't matter who the manager is. It just doesn't. Doesn't matter that you have Mike Trout. Doesn't matter that you had Albert Pujols. Doesn't matter that you had Shohei Ohtani. None of it mattered. The fact is that there is something going on in Anaheim, and I know what it is. Because I know people who have interviewed, not just to be the manager, but to be the general manager. I've known people who said, oh, what's it like to be the president? When you work for someone in leadership who does not care what anyone thinks, but is unwilling to name himself the GM, it's the anti-Cowboys. Arty Moreno controls the entire organization. Every decision made by Arty Moreno. You cannot go to the bathroom without dialing 1-800-ARTY Moreno. What does it mean? It means that that's his decision. It's his team. I am completely fine with Arty Moreno controlling the Anaheim Angels. I'm fine with him firing managers because he wants to get rid of Ron Washington. Done. He wants to take the interim Ray Montgomery, not bring him back. Great. Your team. You own the team. You want to keep a GM who has a losing record every year that he's been the GM? Why would you fire him? He's not the GM. The GM of that team is Arty Moreno. The president of that team is Arty Moreno. The owner of that team is Arty Moreno. Sound familiar? It is the Cowboys. What do the Cowboys and the Angels have in common? Cowboys have something the Angels don't have. No, Arty Moreno did not own the team when the Angels won their World Series. Did not. I promise you. When will it change? People don't change, I find, especially when they're old. They tend to get more set in their ways, not less. They tend to be even more exaggerated figures than what they were as they were getting old. Every personality trait that you had when you were in your 50s becomes bigger and more easy to ascertain in your 70s and 80s. Very normal. If you are a fan of the Angels, I'm sorry. I really am. I can't say it's worse than being a fan of the Mets, but maybe it is. The talk of the town is Albert Pujols. Albert Pujols could be the next manager of the Anaheim Angels. Let me explain something to everybody about Albert Pujols. Albert Pujols wants to manage. Albert Pujols is going to manage. Albert Pujols will 4869. Albert Pujols would not manage the Anaheim Angels if they were the last team in Major League Baseball. Why would he take over a team? Now, he used to play there. He knows that team better than most. Why would he take over a team where he knows he has no chance to succeed? Why would he do that? Albert Pujols, it's not often that a first-time manager, former player, would have a choice about where they would manage, a choice about what their next career path would be. Albert Pujols is one of those guys. I spoke to him in Cooperstown, and that's sort of a look at me Louie thing, I guess, but it shouldn't be because I've known him forever. And we spoke about managing. We spoke about his career. We spoke about the Marlins and how close we came to him being a Marlin. And it was a nice conversation. I hadn't seen him in a bunch of years. And the one thing that was very clear about the conversation, he wants to manage, and he believes that he can break the streak of really, really good Hall of Fame type players not being good coaches, not being good managers. It's really hard. The best managers, like the best coaches in basketball, Pat Riley was not the best player. Phil Jackson was a really good sixth man, but not the best player. Go look at Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, Larry Bird. Hard for them to be good coaches. But Pat Riley, Phil Jackson, sort of players who were, it's like catchers. Joe Girardi. Well, I don't want to talk about Joe Girardi, but Joe Torre, that's a good one. He was fine, not terrible at all. Hall of Fame players are rarely Hall of Fame coaches. There are examples. Lenny Wilkins in the NBA, Hall of Fame in both. There are examples where you can do both. It's hard. Do I think Albert Pujols has the ability to do both? I do. Do I think Albert Pujols will have an opportunity to manage? I do.